There are exactly 5 reasons people buy anything. Not 50, not it depends, 5. Your phone, your gym membership, the course that you bought at 2 in the morning, every purchase tracks back to one of these 5 primal decisions. And most businesses market to none of them. By the end of this video, you will know all the 5 and you will know which one your customer actually buys for, and you will know how to rewrite your messaging around it. Here's what most businesses get backward. They can describe what they sell in 30 seconds, but if I were to ask them to explain why their customers buy, even in 30 minutes, they don't know the answer. They know the what, they don't know the why. See, when you don't know the why, everything else, your website, your content, your pitch, all of that is guesswork. And this is the framework that fixes all of that. So let me show that to you and let's go. The first one, this is a mistake that almost everyone makes. This is where they list their features. A gym, 24 machines, AC, free parking, or a SaaS product, Kanban boards, time tracking, 50 integrations. Features are facts. They describe the product, but they don't move anyone to buy. Here's the mechanism that you need to understand. Features, they speak to the logical brain. Yes, this is what I need. But purchases happens in the emotional brain. There's always something deeper that pulls a person towards a transaction. It's a drive, an urge that they might not even be able to name. See, a SaaS founder in Bangalore, he puts 50 plus integrations on his homepage. 12,000 visitors are coming in a month, but trial signups, only 2.8%. He doesn't have a traffic problem, he has a message problem. The feature list connects to nothing emotional, it connects to nothing primal because the whole message was created based on a guess. You copied what your competitors said. You throw discounts to a wall. You post more content hoping something sticks. See, more volume doesn't fix a message that's aimed at the wrong thing. You can't outshout a bad message. What you need is you need to fix the message. So Swastik, what are the 5 drives? 5. Every purchase on earth maps to at least one of them. Acquire, bond, learn, defend, feel. So let's go through each one of them. Not just what they are, but why each one moves people to buy. Number 1, the drive to acquire. This is the desire to obtain things, to obtain objects, to obtain status, power, experiences. But not just physical stuff. It could be titles, achievements, credentials, social proof, anything that signals I have more, anything that signals I am more. See, think about this. People don't buy a luxury watch to check time. They buy it for what it says about them. A professional certification is not about knowledge because you could learn most of it on YouTube for free. I'm sure you're learning a lot of things from me. But it's about the credential, the signal that I have this and you don't. The first drive, which is acquire, is the identity drive. People buy things that make them feel like a better version of themselves. See, a CA coaching institute in Delhi markets their courses as 350 hours of lectures, mock tests, doubt clearing sessions. All of this is a feature list. But students don't enroll for lecture hours. They enroll because they want 2 letters after their name, CA. The identity of someone who's cleared one of India's hardest exams. What if instead of 350 hours of lectures, you said, become a CA in 18 months, join the top 5% of finance professionals in India? See, same course, but different drive and different conversions. The common mistake with acquire is listing what is inside instead of showing them what it helps them become. People don't buy what's in the box. They buy who they become after they open the box. That's number 1, which is acquire. The second drive is the drive to bond. The desire to feel valued, the desire to feel loved and connected. The real desire to belong to something, to find your people. See, this is what drives brand loyalty. Because features can be copied overnight, but people stay loyal to the feeling of belonging. There is always a category of Android users and Mac users or iPhone users. Android has so many more features in comparison to the iPhone, but people don't stay loyal to features, they stay loyal to the feeling of belonging to this Mac community or the iPhone community. When a brand feels like your brand, Switching from that brand feels like betrayal. So it's not a rational decision at all. Let's take another example. A CrossFit gym in Bangalore charges 8,000 rupees per month. That's essentially 3 times more than any commercial gym. The commercial gym has more machines, better equipment, AC that actually works, but CrossFit members don't leave. Why? Because they're not paying for fitness. They're paying for a tribe. They're paying for that WhatsApp group that checks on them when they miss a session. They're paying for the team that cheers when they hit their personal record. And leaving doesn't feel like canceling a membership, it feels like they're leaving a family. See, the common mistake with Bond is building a customer list instead of a community. Customers will leave you for a 10% discount, but a community will stay because they'd lose something that money cannot replace. Loyalty is not bought, it's bonded. That's the second drive to bond. Number 3 is the drive to learn. The desire to satisfy curiosity, to understand how things work, to master something new. See, curiosity is not a preference, it's a drive. When you learn something, your brain rewards you. And this is why people binge education content at midnight. And that's why the feeling of, I just figured this out, it feels really, really good. You're not teaching them something useful, you're actually satisfying a primal drive. And people always come back to the source that satisfies the drive. Let's say a SaaS tool for restaurant owners, their earlier landing page said real-time analytics, menu optimization, inventory tracking. But the thing is, the restaurant owner doesn't care about analytics. What she wants to understand is why the Tuesday nights are dead and why are Saturday nights packed. She wants to learn the patterns hiding in her own business. So instead of saying real-time tracking or analytics, what if the page said, finally understand why some nights print money and others bleed it, and see the patterns your register can't show you. Same tool, now you speak to the learn audience. The common mistake with learn is assuming your customers already know this. If I say analytics, Swastik, they already know this. No, what's obvious to you is a revelation to them. You need to teach like they're smart, but you need to also teach it like they haven't seen this before. Curiosity is not a bonus, it's a buying trigger. That's the third drive. Number 4 is the drive to defend. The desire to protect yourself, the desire to protect your loved ones and to protect what you've built from threats, from loss, from the bad thing that's happening. This is the most underused drive in marketing and it might be the most powerful. Here's why. Loss aversion. Research shows that people feel losses roughly twice as strong as gains, which means losing 10,000 rupees hurts twice as much as gaining 10,000 rupees. So which means if you gain 10,000 rupees, you feel good, but losing 10,000 rupees, you feel 2 times as bad. Most businesses pitch what you will gain. Make more money, grow faster, get more clients. This is all the acquire messaging and it works. But defend messaging, protect what you built, don't lose what you want, often works better. Because the fear of losing what you have is a stronger force than excitement of getting something new. An interior designing firm posts beautiful portfolios, 3D renders, turnkey execution, on-time delivery. But here's what the client actually feels: terror. Because they're going to be spending 15, 25, 30 lakhs on their home and one wrong decision wastes their entire budget. And they've heard horror stories of delays, hidden costs, and stories of the finished projects looking nothing like the ones that they've seen on the render. See, the primary drive is not acquire, it's to defend. These clients are buying protection from a 25 lakh mistake. So what if your message said, you're putting 15, 25 lakhs into your home, one wrong contractor costs you everything, here's how we make sure that that doesn't happen. Same company, but now the message matches the drive. The common mistake with defend is only talking about what they'll gain when they're actually terrified of what they might lose. Lead with safety and then add the upside. See, people protect before they pursue. That's the order. That's the 4th drive. Coming to the 5th one, which is very important, so pay attention, the drive to feel. The desire for pleasure, excitement, new experiences, anticipation, the sensory hit, the emotional rush. See, when acquire is, I need this, feel is, I want this. There is no logic required, it's just pull. Feel is the drive behind impulse purchases. Let's take simple impulse purchases. You open Swiggy at 11 p.m., you're not hungry, you just ate dinner 2 hours ago. You're chasing a feeling, the anticipation of food arriving, the comfort of the first bite. This is the reward loop that's running on autopilot in your brain. A salon in Pune competes on price. Haircut 200 rupees, facial 500 rupees, hair color 800 rupees. WhatsApp status updates every single week on the pricing. Clients switch the moment someone offers it for 50 rupees less because the messaging connects to zero drive. It's purely transactional. But the primary drive for a salon is feel, the experience of being pampered, walking in stressed, and walking out feeling like yourself again. The hot towel, the head massages, the 90 minutes where someone actually takes care of you. So stop listing prices and show the experience. Walk in stressed, walk out feeling like yourself again. When you lead with feel, the switching is not about 50 rupees, it feels like you're losing a ritual. The common mistake with feel is competing on price when the product is actually an experience. Price war kills the feel drive. You're telling people that this is a commodity when they actually want to hear that this is a treat, this is the feeling that you want. People buy feelings, not line items. Now, this is where it gets really powerful, so pay attention. Products that connect to one drive, they compete on features. But products that connect to multiple drives, they compete on meaning. See, a gym is not 24 machines and an AC. It's acquire. It's acquire the body that you want. It's feel the energy after a workout. It's bond the training community that texts you when you skip a day. So one drive makes a customer, 3 drives makes a member who can't leave. And when you stack drives, switching costs go through the roof. A customer connected on one drive leaves for a better price, but a customer connected on 3-4 drives stay because leaving means losing a part of their identity, losing their community, losing their daily ritual, all of it at once. This is why some businesses keep customers for years with average products, and some businesses with incredible products churn customers every single quarter. The product is not the moat, the drive stack is the real moat. Here's one more thing that most people miss. See, your ideal buyer is not defined by demographics, not 25 to 35-year-olds, not mid-income professionals. Your ideal buyer is the person whose strongest drive matches what you have to offer. A coding bootcamp's ideal buyer is not an age bracket. It's someone whose learned drive runs their decision. They sign up because they just need to understand. A luxury watch buyer is not HNI. It's someone whose acquired drive dominates. See, the signal matters more than the money. When you know which drive your offer serves, you stop guessing who to target and you know exactly who they are. And you know exactly what to say to them. Demographics, it describes people, but drive explains why they buy. So here's what I want you to do right now. Take your product, your service, whatever you sell, write down the 5 drives. Acquire, bond, learn, defend, feel. And rate your connection to each of them. 0 to 3. 0 means your messaging doesn't touch this drive at all. 3 means this is the front and center. Now look at 2 things. First, what is your primary drive? Because this is the one that your customers actually buy for. Not the one that you think matters, but the one they feel. The second is your zeros. Can you add a connection? Can you add a status signal? Can you add a community element? Can you perhaps guarantee and add that defend element? Can you add that teaching component for the learn audience? An experience for them to feel better? See, you don't need all 5. You need the right 2 or 3. 1 drive gets attention. 3 drives makes leaving feel impossible. People don't buy products and they never have. They buy because a drive, something deeper than a feature list that pulls them towards your purchase. 5 drives, that's the whole map of human buying behavior. So stop marketing features and start marketing to the drive. Drop a comment on which drive your customers actually buy for, because most people are surprised when they figure it out. I read every single comment and I want to see yours. And if you want more frameworks like this, the kind that change how you think about selling, hit the subscribe button, because this is exactly what we do here. 5 drives, find yours, match your message, because that is the whole game. Let's go.